Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Git Good at OpenRCT2. In this episode I will show you how to use mazes as scenery pieces. Now, I know several tricks on how to use them, and I use them in quite a few of my parks. So I'll just start with the most simple trick. And the most simple trick is by just building a non-functional hedge maze. Oh, I'm actually removing some of the scenery pieces, the balls. But yeah, by just building like this, you actually get a nice pattern. That's quite nice to look at. This is always a nice way to fill up any small areas that you have left next to your buildings. Now, this is not the way I mostly use them, but this is a possibility. I see quite a lot of people do it, but yeah, in a nicer way than I just showed here. Alright, let's remove that. As you could see, there were some glass walls in front of these bricks here. But yeah, I'm not really happy with the way this building looks, and I want to spice it up a bit. So here, mazes also come in handy. I'll just build a maze piece here. We'll change it to the brick walls type. You can actually change the wall type of your mazes if you didn't know. And this actually looks really nice as a wall texture. So I'll just remove these wall pieces here. And I'll also remove them here. And then we'll copy this track piece. Just copy it. And then we paste it here. Let's move it one higher. And then we copy it again, and then we paste it on the tiles next to it. Let's paste another one here, but we'll move it a little bit higher. And then we can also paste it on these tiles. If you hold Ctrl with the tile inspector open, and then you click on a scenery piece, will actually select the scenery piece. It will also work for track pieces, and that makes it easier to select this tile. So I now hold Ctrl, select this track piece, then just press paste, and then I'm sure it gets pasted above the scenery piece. Okay, the building still doesn't look exactly like how I want it to be, so the final thing I will do is I'll just put some posts next to it. That already makes it a lot nicer. And now there's actually some variation between these brick textures and, well, these brick textures and these brick textures from the maze. And that's a nice way to make your buildings look nicer. What you can also do is take some of these glass walls. I like to use the ones with this pattern in them. And then just paste those in front of your brick wall, and that will make your buildings look a lot nicer. You can also use different maze textures to make nice looking walls. So let's put some maze pieces here. And let's put some glass walls in front. Let's go with this red color. And now we'll go for the wooden fences. And I really like to use the wooden fences also as a wall scenery with these glass walls in front. I think it looks especially well for gray or white. So then you can make nice shacks, or just really big buildings, but still with an interesting wall pattern. Alright, those are two ways to, or several ways to use these mazes. There's another trick I saw some people use in one of my multiplayer maps. It was one of the snow and ice rounds, and here they actually used the maze as to make a different texture than the normal snow and ice, and they used it to make a frozen lake. Now, to make this, you should just start building a maze like I just did, but you can use the ice blocks version for that. And now we can just copy this maze, but you can see there's little gaps in the maze pieces. So to remedy that, first I'll freeze the weather. To remedy that, I will just paste another track piece on the original one, and I will rotate it 90 degrees. And now we can also copy and paste this rotated piece. And now you can see the texture is fully filled up. And that actually makes a nice looking texture. I like it more than the original snow and ice texture. And it's nice if you want a bit of difference, or a frozen lake in this example. Now, how I made this snowmobiles ride. It's actually jet skis, but they work decently well as snowmobiles or snow scooters. I don't know what they're called. So to make those, I just put a track here. And we could use any track we want. For example, we could use the Steel Wild Mouse track if you want some sharper turns. I'll just keep the track simple now for a demonstration. And then we just I have enabled the show vehicles from other track types cheat, and also the allow arbitrary ride types cheat. So, because we have the show vehicles from other track types cheat on, we can put jet skis on the track. And because of the allow arbitrary ride type changes, we can make the track invisible using the lift ride type. And now let's just test the ride, and now they will drive around. I don't know why these two maze pieces have gone missing, but we could just copy and paste them back. Probably a little glitch. If you want them to only drive when there's guests on them, just change the ride to any load, and when you open the ride it will only actually go when there's at least one guest on it. That probably makes more sense than these snowmobiles driving around without anyone driving them. Okay, now there's one final trick, one that I don't use that often. The top of this maze, if you make it a brick wall, I still see some land pieces here. Let me get rid of those. Right, the top of these brick walls is actually the darkest color you can make in the game if you don't have any custom scenery available. So you can actually use this to make it look like there's a gap in the map. Right now it looks just the same as the outer color of the map. So that way, you can make it look like there's a chunk missing. Of course, if you make it at the edge, you will see this the wall texture of the maze like this. But yeah, this is the darkest color you will get. I don't know, it may be useful to you at some point. Alright, that was it for this mazes tutorial. I hope you liked the tutorial, and I hope it's useful for you at some point. Alright, see you later.